Hi, everyone. It's Heather Burkart here with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. Thanks for joining me for another full moon yoga flow, this time in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, a mutable water sign, meaning that it is fluid, of course, and it is adaptive, changeable, flexible. And so, in this practice today, I invite you to tap into your intuition and imagination and let come forth whatever needs to on your yoga mat. So we'd like to focus on the feet for Pisces. This is this is how we're going to go places with this full moon practice. So lots of focus on the feet and also focus on the general circulatory system, including all the fluids that it is carrying, the lymph, the blood, and all the nutrients and oxygen that the fluids um, carry for our bodies. Also, the fluids that lubricate the joints. So you will be flowing, going with flow, this Piscean yoga just for the full moon. Let's get started in child's pose. So I do have a few props with me today. I have a strap. You can also use a belt. I have a handy bolster here. And I also have a couple of blocks and a blanket. So I can create a child's pose that's a little bit more restful here as we settle into our practice. So you can use the blanket on the far side of the bolster, or if you have a stack of pillows, and also I like a block under the far end of the bolster so I can lean into the bolster like so. So we'll take a few minutes here and breathe into your body. Connect with your body through a flowing breath and simply feel the breath flowing as it wants to, in and out, and noticing the peaks and the valleys of your breath. Here we go, setting my timer. Go. Getting in touch with the fluidity of the breath. There may be expansiveness on the inhale, and towards the end of the exhalation, there may be a sense of spaciousness or emptiness. Feel free to visit with the pause in between the exhalation and the inhalation. And then again at the top of the inhalation, visit the pause. Note the pause at the top of the breath before you exhale. Very gentle breath retention, kumbhaka, as we engage with the breath. The next, we'll bring ourselves forward onto hands and knees. Before we do, tuck the toes underneath you and stretch back once again, just letting the weight of your hips put a little bit added pressure on the toes as long as it feels okay. You can do a little rocking forward and back just to get a sense of the feet starting to Stretch open. Good. If you want, you can hang out there for another breath or two, as long as that is comfortable. Coming forward now onto hands and knees. I like to use the blanket for padding. Take a moment with that. So remember with Pisces, we want to indulge our senses. So soft blankets, firm props for that sense of support for your practice. Gathering your joints underneath you, wrists under the shoulders, and the knees under the hips. Begin to circle the torso in one direction. Keep the hands planted here and the fingers spread wide. Root down through the whole hand and all 10 fingers. And that's your strong base. In the upper body, the knees connecting you to the ground and the lower body. Good. You can move in any way that feels good here. Maybe linger in any place you want to. And make sure to take a pause before you rotate in the other direction. Nice, easy flowing breaths here. Pisces is associated with the second chakra, Svadhisthana. That's the home of emotions, the water element. You're just starting to stir that up and wagging your fishtail from side to side, just like that. Good. Now I'll invite you to sweep the right arm back above head and reaching forward, pulling back. Swim the right arm up and over and draw it back towards you. Kind of like a sweeping, swimming motion here. So start to open up the side body and channels where the fluids, the bodily fluids flow, energy goes. And taking some time, opening the right side of the body. Do that once or twice more. Remember, you can reverse too if that feels good. Remember to use your imagination. So you don't have to do exactly as I am doing. And we'll switch sides now. The left arm sweeps back, up and over. Plant the hand down and drag it back. Add a little bit of weight under the hand, under the palm to create a side stretch there. Nice. Keep flowing with your breath. Remember, you can visit any movements that feel right to you. You can reverse the circle here a couple of times. You might keep that rocking motion front to back. And then once more reaching forward and drawing the hand down, pulling it back. Good. Finding yourself in child's pose once again. Let the knees separate here and hug towards the ribs and the abdomen as you take a full breath in. Full breath out, sighing the breath out. We'll do that once more. Full breath in. Fill up completely with breath. Maybe there's a gentle pause at the top. Exhale, sigh the breath out. If you want, you can tuck the toes underneath you for a foot stretch. Stretching the arms away. Keep the shoulder girdle broad so that the front and the back of the heart stay open. So maybe the hands are coming all the way to the sides of your mat. Gentle heart opener here. Slowly rise. Take your time and we'll sit down, coming into, I forgot something. Coming onto into a kneeling position first. We'll keep the knees gently separated, the feet tucked underneath you. Sweep the right arm up overhead as you reach back towards that left heel. My toes are tucked here, and that helps to raise my heels a little higher off the ground. You can also use blocks here on the outside of the foot. That's what it looks like on this side. Just simply flowing from side to side, pressing the hips forward, lifting the heart. Nice. Half camel twists, Ustrasana. Slowly coming back down to the earth and sitting in cobbler's pose, Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together and we'll start to spend some special attention on the feet. Open the feet wide like a book. The outer rims of the feet continue to meet. And then take your thumbs and place them right in the center of the foot, a little bit upward from there, right underneath, and I'll show you. It's this point, a point right here in the center of your foot. This is the Tala Hridaya, the Tala Hridaya Marma. So taking firm pressure, pressing in with the thumb, not too firm, just so that you can feel that pressure. And then start to make circular motions with your thumb right into that Marma point. If it's sore, take it easy. That's not an invitation to go harder. Be very gentle here as you massage this very important Marma point that helps to open up channels of the body, of the mind. This helps with mental clarity, concentration, and focus. It's also associated with the heart Marma. So making that connection with the heart, a couple more circular strokes here. Good. And then we'll take foot in to grab it with the arm. Grab the bottom of the foot with the right hand. Then use the left hand to circle the foot in one direction. Okay, we're rotating the ankle joint. We're also using the abdominal muscles to keep us upright here. Good. Make sure you rotate the foot in the other direction. Okay. Now I want you to, I'm going to put my foot out here. I want you to take your fingers and interlace them in between your toes. You might need to get in there and help out a little bit. This can be a little tight. Take it easy. Use the tips of your fingers to get them in there. And once you have your fingers in there, okay, hold the foot up and now circle again. The foot, this time working more with the toes. So the Pisces sign rules the feet and the toes in particular. So work with the toes, give them a couple of squeezes, gentle squeezes. Good. And then relax that foot. Grab onto the back of the right leg as you bring the right foot up and down again, just warming up the leg. You can lean back a little bit. I'll give you a side view here. Also use a strap here. Ooh, look, my pants and the strap match. It's not intentional. It's still very nice. So leaning back, working with a modified boat pose here. We're bending and straightening the leg. And I do like to use a strap here because that is going to continue to engage The marma points or energy points on the bottom of your foot, which if you know anything about reflexology, um, that pertains to the whole. They're points for all over the body, mind system. Good. So if you want, you can hold here, pressing the foot into the strap. Good. Flex both feet, lift the heart. Nice. Hang out here for a breath or two. If you want, you can bend this lower leg. You can even let the knee drop out to the side to come into cobbler's pose on the other leg. And I'll show you why, because we're going to bring this leg out to the side, like so. Good. A couple more breaths in here. Keep pushing the foot away into the strap. Hold onto the strap without tensing the shoulders. Relax the shoulders away. And then bring the foot back in. And let's change sides. So first we'll move to the left foot. Cradle the lower leg here and then grab onto. I'm supporting the ankle with my left hand and moving, rotating the ankle joint foot with my right hand. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Sit nice and tall. Make sure to rotate in the other direction. And now weave your fingers in between the toes. You might need to help out a little bit. Good. And now circle the toes around. I'll hold my foot up a little bit so you can see that. Circle the toes around in one direction and then a couple times in the other direction, and then give them a gentle squeeze. Good. Nice. Good. So we'll let go of that foot. I'll give you the side view here again. As we grab hold of the leg, sit back and start to lengthen the left leg and bend the knee. A couple of times like that. Again, you can use the strap. Okay. Leaving the strap around your hands, leaning back, keep the shoulders relaxed, chest broad. Nice. Couple more times, and then hold on to both straps together, sitting up nice and tall. Push the foot away, and then bring the foot out, the whole leg out to the side, like that, and breathe. Hmm. Good. Bring that leg back in front of you, unstrap the foot, and then here we'll take a forward fold. Lay the strap to the side. We may use that again later. Push the soles of your feet away a little bit to make more space here as we forward fold. And then you can use a block here right on top of your feet, or you can even put the block in between your feet to support the head, the forehead. Take a few moments to rest here. Take a full breath in and let it completely go. Sigh the breath out of your mouth. Once more like that. Inhale and exhale fully. Slowly rise. Take your time. Move blocks out of the way. We'll keep them up here in case we want to use those again. Prepare for downward facing dogs. I'm going to swing my legs back, come onto my knees, my hands and knees in tabletop pose. And now slowly making your way up to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, raise the hips up high, press into the hands. Keep the knees really, really bent here. Lift the heels. So much so that the thighs are almost in contact with the abdomen. And then start to stretch out one leg and then the other, just to paddle the feet a little bit. We'll take both heels way up high, knees bent on your next inhale. Exhale to lower them down. Couple times like that. Raise the heels as high as you can. This will be a toe stretch, so take it easy. Exhale, release the heels down. Couple more times like that, as long as it feels comfortable. Really working with the feet. And if you want, you can press one heel down and then the other heel down. Good. Keep working with the feet any way that feels good. We'll walk the feet a little closer together for three-legged dog. I'm going to move forward on my mat just a little bit as I raise the right leg first. Reach toes back behind you. Reach, reach, reach. If you want, you can bend the knee and maybe even open the hip towards the right. Your choice. Keep the shoulders squared down towards your mat. And slowly come down on an exhale. Inhale the other leg upwards. Good. Reach, reach, reach with the foot. If you want, you can bend the knee and open the hip towards the left. Square the shoulders down. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Release the leg down. Good. And then we're going to walk back towards the feet and bend the knees wide. Let them separate as we come into a yoga squat. So you can bring the blocks in to help. You can keep hands down on the ground for more of a frog pose. Perfectly fine. My heels are lifted here. You can bring the blocks underneath you. You can bring the blocks outside of the legs. Whatever feels most supportive. I really like them right here in front of me under my shoulders. Nice. Take a couple breaths here. Lift the heels as high as they'll go comfortably. And breathe. Relax the shoulders, open the heart, and then bring the knees in front of you. Let me scoot forward just a little bit here. It's good to be on just your yoga mat or the ground here so you can really feel the floor, feel your yoga mat. The blocks outside of the legs now. Again, try to lift the heels as high as they'll go. Stretch the feet a little bit more as we come into toe balance. You can keep the hands down on the blocks. If you want, I like to sneak the blocks right under my legs here. As I bring hands to the heart and breathe here. Notice your body breathing. Tap into the physical body. Good. Nice. One more breath in and out here. Breathe into your balance. And then we'll face the long side of the mat. So turn towards me as we face each other. I'm going to move the blanket out of the way and step the feet wide, hips up. Step the feet wide for wide-legged forward fold. You can use the blocks here under the arms for support. Press both feet firmly down. Relax the head. Bend the knees as much as you'd like to. In wide-legged forward fold. You can lift up on an inhale, exhale, release back down. Can do that a couple more times if you'd like. That feels good. And we'll take a twist over to the right. Walk yourself over towards the right foot. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right arm reaches high. Walk yourself over to the other side. I'll move these blocks out of the way. Right hand down, left arm high. Okay, you can also take the hand to the hip. So we'll do that once or twice more to each side. Walk yourself over and open up. Keep the toes pointing forward if you can. And walk yourself over, hand down, reaching the other arm. Good. Once more. This time we're going to come down into a one-legged squat. So sit the hips down. Good. Flex the opposite foot. Walk yourself over to the other side. Sit the hip down. Let the other foot flex, just like so. Have a little fun with this as you creep and crawl over to one side and then the other. Good. One-legged squats. When you come to the other side, maybe you'd like to do something expressive with the free arm, the right arm reaching up over to the other side. The other free arm can reach up. Good. Nice. We'll come back to wide-legged stretch one more time, turning towards the front of your space and stepping back to downward facing dog one more time. Stretch it out as any way you'd like here, lengthening the backs of the legs, bending the knees. Eventually find your way back to child's pose. Take your time. You're welcome to grab a block, place it under the forehead, and take a moment to pause. Full breath in, full breath out. You can do that once more. Take a breath in and out. Slowly roll yourself up to kneeling. And we'll work on some inversions here as we're supporting circulation. Inversions can help refresh the whole circulatory system. So, bolster in front of you. Okay. Come in front of the bolster. And then, if you want, a little bit of padding for the head behind the bolster. Okay. Lean back and bring the hips directly on top of the bolster. You might need to walk the hips back a little bit, just like that. So this is a modified supported shoulder stand. We'll very simply take the legs up into the air. You can point and flex. So this can be your supported shoulder stand. Here you can play with a strap. Take the strap to the feet, let the legs open wide. So it's a similar version of what we just did. Wide-legged forward fold. You can come into plow pose if you'd like, bringing the legs overhead. If you'd like to try shoulder stand without the support, when you're ready to do that, move the bolster out of the way. The way that I like to move into shoulder stand is through bridge pose. So arms are alongside your body, feet are about parallel, hip distance. Bring the hips up and scoot the hands under the hips so that the elbows are directly underneath the hips, if that's available to you. If not, don't worry about it. So from here, it's generally easy to kick your way up to half shoulder stand. You can try that a couple of times. Remember, be playful, and this doesn't feel good, don't do it. Stay with the supported version. And then I can turn my hands around and grab hold of my hips here. The weight of my body is on my shoulders, not so much my neck,
a little bit on the head, mostly shoulders. Again, you can point and flex here. You can play with the position of your legs, wide-legged stance, maybe one leg forward and then the other. Hang out here only for as long as it feels comfortable. And then when you're ready to come down, we'll do so through plow pose. Slowly, very slowly, roll yourself down. Take your time, and as you come down, we'll prepare for fish pose. So tucking arms underneath you, my hands are tucked under my seat. My elbows are tucked under. Okay, even my shoulder blades are tucked under me as much as possible. Good. Now start to flex the feet, engage the muscles of the legs, press the sitting bones down into your hands, your arms, and lift the chest. Okay, so you can do that a little. Press the elbows down if you want to come up a little bit more. Place the top of the head very gingerly down onto the ground. There's no weight on the head. All of the weight is on my elbows. Make sure they are tucked underneath you so I can lift up very easily and just tapping the top of my head down. Good. The muscles of the legs stay activated. Feet are flexed. You can also point your feet if you want. And then when you're ready to come down, simply roll through the neck, tuck the chin, come back down to the ground, and take a few moments to rest here. Feel your breath flowing in and out. Full breath in and full breath out. Sign the breath away. Now you can stay here for a few moments longer. If you're ready to move on, you can simply roll over and press yourself up to seated. And we'll end with a couple of practices that are balancing for we're going to work on the sixth chakra, which is the third eye chakra. I'm going to sit up on a little blanket here. So we're going to work with Hakini Mudra. Hakini Mudra is created when you take all fingers and thumbs and press them against one another in front of you. Relax the shoulders. Good. And then you can drop this down in front of your body. Close your eyes. This helps with mental clarity and overall harmony and balance in the mind. Helps with focus and concentration. Just work on feeling each tip of your fingers and thumbs pressing into each other. And the mantra that we'll work with for this is the bija sounds of Om, starting with Ah, and then Oo, and finally Take a full breath in with me on the next exhale. The bija sound is Ah. Ah. The next one is sorry. Take a deep breath in. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. First one is ah, the second one is oh. Deep breath in. Oh. And finally, deep breath in.
Um, Now we'll weave all three bija sounds together to create the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. The third eye helps us to connect with intuition, inner knowing, the teacher or guru within, the divine within. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice, this full moon practice for Pisces. This is Heather Burkart with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. I'll see you next time. Namaste.